I don't know why the YouTube live stream kicked off just now. I will tell you this, when I was live streaming back in the day, they took away my right to like live stream my face and a picture or a camera of myself. And so if it just kind of freezes and stalls out on me again, um, I may not be able to live stream. I don't know what else to tell you guys. So we will give this a try again and see what happens. I'm going to tweet this video out as well, so give me just 1 second. Let's see here. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. So, purpose of this live stream. One, I am hoping that maybe if I stay on till 9 or 10 a.m., we'll see the $3 to $4, and I can roll out my options to the $10 strike, and increase the size of position I have and show you guys all how I do that. I'm hoping that if anybody has questions, that I can resolve and answer any of those questions before it's too late. I am, I'm just really here for you guys for the moment. I don't plan to be here till market close, and I don't plan to be here every day this week. For example, if we follow close to the AMC patterns, we'll close up around $3 today, and then tomorrow probably $10, and then Wednesday probably $15. Thursday will probably like go up to $18 and then close at $16, $17. And then Friday go up to $23 and close at $20. Maybe $18. And I will definitely be here on the days that I'm expecting to be making trades. But like, for example, if today goes to $3 and I roll all my options out to $10, well, if MULN goes to close, there's no price that MULN could go to Tuesday that I would sell. It could go to $20, it could go to $100, and I wouldn't be selling on Tuesday no matter what happened. So I don't see any point in live streaming on that Tuesday. But again, it all depends on what's going on with the stock price and my options and all that good stuff. Alright, and we got a rule in this Discord. It's no shills in the chat. If you're a man at all, you'll call in to give your bear case. We got this gay boy named Trey Chambers saying, yeah, it's mooning LOL, acting like he's smart or something because we have 3% down. If you remember on Friday, I said we were supposed to close down 5% and then open up. And then I tweeted yesterday that like with AMC data, we went up 1 to 5% at the open. It was actually like 1% at the open. So if you think about it, on Friday we actually didn't close up to we closed at 0%. We were down 5% all day and then closed at 0%. And so this negative 3% that we're seeing, like if you compare that to the AMC thing, negative 4% now, it's basically the same. If you take away that 5% gain that we had at the very end of the day on Friday, looks the same to me. So I'm not worried about it. 5% don't mean nothing. Let's see here. Yeah, so I believe I have I don't know if I got to turn it on or anything, but that phone number that you see at the top of the screen should be a Google Voice number. And so anyone should be able to call in and say whatever they want, if they got something to say. Used to be a popular thing. Back when I did this in the day, everyone used to call in. Alrighty, if you guys want to see, this is what my MULN position's looking like currently. I should have another $10,000 to $20,000 coming in from 5 different people today. But basically, we got 250 strikes, 3 strikes, 350 strikes, 4 strikes, 450 strikes, and then 750 and 10s. And my goal is, by the time MULN hits $3 to $4, is to cash out all of these contracts right here. So 1,200, 1,700, 3,100, 3,500 contracts, and put them into the $10 calls for the July 15th, and hopefully turn it into 20,000 contracts. We'll see. It all depends on what the bid-ask price has changed to after we see a 100% increase. But I'm expecting the numbers to work out pretty well in my favor. We're definitely mooning, people. There's no question about it. You ain't got to worry about that part. Like, what you guys got to understand is there is no person behind the screen. There is no person sitting at a computer saying, let's make MULN go to negative 5% right now. There's no person saying, let's make MULN go up 100% today. It's a market algorithm that has a goal in mind, and with this goal, it creates a pattern or because the market's open for 7 hours a day, and so they can't just let everything happen in an hour. Like, they gotta, like, the market algorithm's job is to turn it into a story and turn it into something that lasts 7 hours throughout the day. And my point is, when you look at that AMC pattern that we saw the week before the squeeze, 10 days before the squeeze, it went from $9 to $14.68 as a high, and then dropped to $12.08 that Friday, and then ran to $72 in the next 7 trading days. Well, that $9 to $14.68 was a 65% gain for AMC back in May 2021. And then it dropped that 15%, traded sideways one day, and then dropped 5%, and then it's had its rip for 7 days. Well, MULN, instead of taking 10 days to do all that, in 7 days, it went from $1 to $1.71. So instead of a 65% gain, it had a 71% gain. And then instead of 3 days of dropping 15%, 0%, and then 5%, it just did the 15% and then the 5%. And the pattern's just, it's so perfect, it's so identical, and there's no question it's not a human making that decision, that's a market algorithm preparing for a squeeze. Let's see here. Looks like we may have got a text message. Somebody said, go MULN. Yes, go MULN. What is my favorite book? I like the Book of Revelations. I'm going to read that to you guys one day. It's going to make a lot of sense to you. I've had a really bad cough for like 2 weeks now. Probably need to go take some fucking penicillin or something. An algorithm doesn't support our squeeze. An algorithm is controlling our squeeze. Like, what? So the squeeze is happening because retail came in and bought the dip over and over and over and over again for 4 months. March 14th, we got an announcement that we bought 150 million shares. March 28th, we got an announcement that we now have 200 million shares as retail. March 31st, we got an announcement that we now have 240 million shares. Then May 13th, we got an announcement that we had 288 million shares as retail. And then June 9th, we got an announcement that as of June 2nd, that we were nearly 400 million shares. And we've traded another billion shares since the June 2nd date. And we are now safe to assume that we are at 500 to 550 million shares. Well, not 550 million because the insiders still have some. But we got to be close to the 500 million shares. And when we get to this point, that's when they have no choice but to let the stock price go up. Because if retail owns every available share and they stop shorting it, like they can short 1-to-1 for every single share. So in theory, we could own every share and then we could get to 100% short interest. And then the price would go up infinitely until we decide to sell. But they're never going to do that much short interest. And if you don't believe that, then just ask yourself, why did AMC go up? They spent 6 months from January to May trying to destroy the AMC short squeeze. The amount of media, the amount of stuff on the public national TVs, whether CNN, Fox, or CNBC, or MSNBC, all of them, everything was attacking AMC. If they had the ability to stop it, why didn't they? It's because they don't. When retail buys the float, they have to let the price up until retail gives them back the shares, so it's no longer a threat. I expect that the squeeze will start today. I'm not it could be as little as 30% gains today, but I'm expecting at least 1,000% gains this week. I'm definitely expecting at least 1,000% gains this week. All right, we got a couple text messages. Somebody says MULN woohoo. All right, we got a phone call. Hello. Yes, sir. We're live.
Hey man, big fan here. Just appreciate your pretty straight up input. I don't want to care about these 5% down, 3% down, but for the long term, I just want to get your thoughts on playing the options. I just don't have an options account, but based on what I heard from you, I guess I need to make one in order to play this MULN stock going forward. Currently, I hold about 30,000 shares.
Nice.
At an average of about 150. So you think it's imperative that I open up options account then?
I mean, here's what I'll tell you, man. So AMC was the last real squeeze in the market. And on AMC, if you were in options, like back in February when I started getting on February 2021 when I started getting live, I started telling people to buy the June 40th or June $40 strike for AMC, and anyone that did that made anywhere from 50 to 100x on their money depending on what time they bought in. And with MULN, because it's such a smaller market cap and we're expecting a lot more gains, all that good stuff, I mean, I'm planning to make 500x on my money on the run up to $20. And so right now, if you're in stock on the run up to $20, the most you're going to make is 20 to 25x on your money, depending on your dollar cost average. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, if you look at like the financial U.S. Senate committees meeting up again, like there could be a day where we don't get another squeeze. And so it is of my opinion that when a squeeze comes, you have to maximize its potential. Look, if you got $1 million in Mullen shares and you're gonna make $25 million when this runs to $20, like, okay, I get it. Like, I guess you don't need to buy options. I'm not that rich. But if you got 10, 20, 30, $40,000, like, I'm not here for $1 million. I'm here for 10 to $100 million. And so yeah, I'm all about maximizing the opportunity that may never come again. And so I would definitely recommend getting some options. Like you don't got to throw all 30,000 shares. Maybe throw 10,000 other your shares into the options, and that
Right.
10,000 that you sold for shares that goes into options, that's gonna make literally 20 to 30 times more than what your shares will make, even though you got 20,000 shares.
Okay. I just wanted to get your take on that. Thanks for your explanation. Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you for calling in, brother. Appreciate
All
it.
right. All right. Take care.
All right,
Bye.
later. Somebody said, "What's the latest this could squeeze?" I mean, like I said, the squeeze has already started, people. So I don't know how to like. We will see 1,000% gains this week, I promise. Somebody says, "Good morning, GP. I'm wondering. I bought the July 22 $4 at 10 cents a contract. Is these the correct numbers? Thanks." Yep, that should be about right. That sounds like a good deal. You got three or 4 weeks till expiration. 10 cents a contract. When it hits $5, those 10-cent contracts will now be worth $1 a contract. So at $5, you 10x your money, and at $5, everyone else just 3x their money. But at $6, you've now 20x your money, and everyone else is just 3.5x their money. And at $7, you've now 30x your money, and everyone else is just 4x their money. So yeah, you got a great option. Nothing wrong with selling those at $4 or $5 and rolling them out to a $10 strike and getting twice as many contracts. But either way, if you just hold those until it hits 20, you're gonna make a lot of money. Somebody says, "I just found you about a month ago. I love what you do. I have 1,000 shares of Mullen, and I've never been this excited to see what will happen. Keep sharing what you do." Thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. One thing, if you do not know about options and you want to learn about options, go to my YouTube channel, go to playlist, and go to the playlist I have that says "Sell Stock Buy Options." There's 4 videos. I made them back in my AMC days. They're a couple hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours long if you watch all of them. But if you watch all those videos, you will know more about options of at least buying calls or puts. Like you don't need to be worried about selling options right now. You better not be selling calls, and you better not be selling puts right now. Um, but if you want to learn about buying calls and buying puts, those 4 videos will teach you more than probably anything else on this earth. And yeah, it's just a full picture view of how you should be thinking about them. And a lot of people had a lot of good things to say about it last year when it was trending. All right, let's see what we got in the comments. Getting order filled now. Very nice. Why would algorithms support squeeze? Talked about that. Is it likely that hedge funds will liquidate some of their BTC to cover shorts? So when GameStop was squeezing, both in January and February 2021, both the market and crypto crashed. When AMC squoze in 2021, they were so ready for it that only Bitcoin crashed. The market didn't even notice that AMC was squeezing. And so the market was going green the whole way. I have a feeling that Mullen is so much more threatening than GameStop or AMC was, that I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more red in the market, especially on Mullen's best days. Am I concerned about the Fortune 500 news is good or bad? Okay, first off, there is no bad news coming from MULN. Every single piece of news coming from MULN is always going to be good news because like that's why the squeeze was certain to me since March 1st. We looked at the company. When the CEO comes on and says all this great stuff about his battery, they are never lying about that, people. They don't like you don't see these CEOs go to jail because they're not always overpromising and underdelivering and getting sent to jail because they lie about their company. Like most of the time they underdeliver or they underpromise and overdeliver, and that's definitely what Mullen's been doing. Like every interview, he's very soft and shy and doesn't want to talk about it. But it doesn't matter which Fortune 500 company it is. It doesn't. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is we're squeezing because we own the float. And so, in my opinion, as soon as we start to take off, we're gonna get press. We're gonna get press, and it's all gonna be positive. And they're gonna say this is why we're squeezing, and they're gonna try to cover up the fact that we're squeezing because of the retail owns the float. So back from the GME and AMC days, that's the one thing. If you go to all the documentaries, all the bullcrap that everyone's talking about, they never talk about the simple fact that because retail owned the float, the price had to go up. And so the news will only be used to distract from what's really happening here. But we all know together what's really happening, so we don't got to worry about that. Again, there's no shares to go into the Russell 2000 or 3000. What shares are available? There are none, people. And so they may say that it starts today and they may go buy like 1,000 shares or 1,000,000 shares. That's all that's available and throw it in the index to say that there's some there. But like after it squeezes, they're going to take the 100 to 200 to 300 million shares that we sell out during the squeeze and they're going to dump them in the index. And so, like, I'm not really worried about the Russell 2000 like that. Like, they're doing that so they have a place to store these shares after the squeeze. But I don't really think that they're obviously not just going to go buy every available share and dump it in the index, let the price skyrocket and keep doing that. No, they're going to wait for us to initiate the squeeze and then wait for us to sell. And then it's just their little... It's the same thing they did with AMC. There's 200 million shares of AMC just chilling in the indexes right now. It looks like maybe difficult to read the phone number. So let's see what I can do about that. Let's get a different color, maybe. Come on. Alright, let's see. Let's see if that's better. Alrighty. Everyone says I can see the phone number fine, so. Somebody says MULN's going up. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Alrighty, so what are we looking at here? We got 143 right now. The open was 152, which is also the high. And then we just crashed to 138. And now we're at 143. Just trying to fight back to green. 144. Alright. Automobile says, let's fucking go. I got my whole life savings in MULN. That's the way to be. It's the only play, people. You should be 100% invested in MULN. There is no other play. absolutely no other play. And I'm not sure why Automobile just deleted that comment after I said that. But it still stands. You should be 100% invested in MULN. The only play. Bitcoin's taking a little dippity dip. There is no next play after MULN. I'm not thinking about anything until MULN is done. I may never invest in the stock market again after MULN. Right now, all I care about is MULN. Don't you dare fucking ask me about anything other than MULN. There's 1,000 stocks that are in the same spot MULN was March 1st. You can go restart what happened on MULN anywhere you want, but I'm not sure I want to. If I get my 100 million out of this, like, I can just go start businesses and recreate the whole world the way it was supposed to be made. If you had a ton of options that went worthless, now's the time to buy more. Not the time to be a coward. Now is the time to step it up. Look, if you start with $1,000 and you follow me and you ride this up to 20 all the way on Thursday, and then Thursday closes, or sorry, let's say 15 on Thursday. Thursday closes down at like 13, opens up Friday morning at like 20. You cash out then, you buy puts right away with 75% of your money. And then you ride that down to 30%, and then right before Friday closes, you cash those out, and then you throw those on probably $40 calls, and then by Tuesday of next week we hit 40, and then you throw half your profits on puts, and then we ride 40 all the way down to 25. And then you throw it back on stalker calls and you write it back up to 30, 35. If you do all those plays like I'm about to do, and whether it happens on the Fridays or Mondays or Tuesdays or a day later, it doesn't really matter. We're going to be following the patterns to find out when's the right time. But if you do all those things, you can turn $1,000 into $1 million with me. No doubt in my mind. Yes, I have 100% of my money in MULN. There is no other play. The squeeze is happening today, people. The squeeze started 10 days ago, people. As soon as the market algorithm kicked us from $1 to $1.71 and then followed that same 15% drop, 5% drop, like, that was confirmation. The squeeze started at $1, and now it's just playing its games.